Below is a famous political cartoon created by Benjamin Franklin in 1754. It was first published in the Pennsylvania Gazette. What is the cartoon using the image of a chopped snake to represent? This question helps you practice how to analyze political cartoons, one of the most common types of visual sources on the GED Social Studies test. Political cartoons often use symbols, labels, and bold visual elements to communicate deeper messages or commentary about important issues. Your job is to look at the picture and ask, what is this image really trying to say? So, let's take a look at the cartoon. It shows a snake that's been cut into 8 pieces, with each piece labeled using abbreviations like NE for New England, NY for New York, and so on. These letters represent different colonies or regions. At the bottom of the image, it says join or die. That's a serious message, and it's meant to make the viewer think about the consequences of not joining together. So what does the chopped up snake mean? In real life, a snake cut into pieces can't survive. Franklin is using this image to say, if the colonies don't come together and unite, they won't survive either. The message is a warning, either unite or face destruction. Now let's go through the answer choices. Option A says, the danger of poisonous animals in colonial America. That's not correct. The cartoon isn't warning people about real snakes. The snake is a symbol, not a literal warning. Option B says, the colonies need to remain separate and independent. That's not correct. That's the opposite of the cartoon's message. The image clearly shows that being separated is dangerous, not something to support. Option C says, the idea that the American colonies must unite to survive. That's correct. The cartoon uses the broken snake and the phrase join or die to send a strong message. The colonies should join forces if they want to stay safe and strong. Option D says, the role of Native Americans in the 7 Years' War. That's not correct. The cartoon was made during that time, but it's not focused on Native Americans. It's focused on colonial unity. So the correct answer is C, the idea that the American colonies must unite to survive. Before we move on to the next question, please encourage us to post more videos and help more students pass by liking, sharing, and subscribing. The graph below shows the trend in electric vehicle sales in the U.S. from 2018 to 2021. What does the graph suggest about the change in electric vehicle sales in 2021 compared to previous years? This is a great example of a data interpretation question on the GED Social Studies test. Here, you'll be asked to read a graph, compare the numbers, and figure out what the trend shows using logic and real data. To answer this question, we need to read the graph, compare the numbers across the years, and notice how they change over time. So let's go to the graph and find the number of electric vehicles sold in each year. In 2018, electric vehicle sales were around 361,000. In 2019, sales dropped slightly to about 327,000. In 2020, sales dropped again to around 296,000. And in 2021, sales increased sharply to over 600,000. So, what does this trend tell us? From 2018 to 2020, electric vehicle sales went down each year. This shows a steady decline in sales over that period. But in 2021, there was a sudden, sharp increase. Sales more than doubled, jumping from 296,000 in 2020 to over 600,000 in 2021. This wasn't just a small rise. It was a major surge after 2 years of decline. So when we look through our answer options, the correct answer is therefore option D. Sales surged after a decline in the 2 previous years. Read the excerpt titled, "The New Deal's Impact on American Society," and answer the following question. During the Great Depression, President Franklin D. Roosevelt launched a series of programs called the New Deal. These programs aimed to create jobs, reform the financial system, and ease widespread poverty. Supporters argued the New Deal helped lift the nation out of crisis by funding public works and creating safety nets like Social Security. Critics, however, said the New Deal expanded federal power too far and increased national debt. Some believed it gave only short-term relief without solving deeper problems in the American economy. Which of the following best shows the limitations of the author's evidence? This question checks your ability to understand how different social studies concepts can shape an author's argument or point of view, a key skill for passing the GED Social Studies test. Here, you'll be asked to use a passage to evaluate whether the author's evidence is factual, relevant, and sufficient. Now let's read the question again. Which of the following best shows the limitations of the author's evidence? Before we answer, let's define what the question is really asking. Author's evidence is the information the writer uses to support their point, like facts, examples, or reasons. A limitation in evidence means something is missing or weak, like a lack of data, specific details, or enough proof. To answer the question, we need to ask, what is the author saying, and what's missing? Now let's look at what the passage gives us. The passage first explains what the New Deal was designed to do. 1. Create jobs. 2. Reform the financial system. 3. Ease widespread poverty. This gives us the background for understanding the argument. The author then presents two different views about the New Deal. 1. Supporters say the New Deal helped the economy by creating jobs and providing programs like Social Security. 2. Critics argue it expanded federal power and didn't fix deeper economic problems. These points are helpful, but they're mostly opinions. The author doesn't include any data, statistics, or specific results. We don't see how many jobs were created, how much poverty was reduced, or how much the national debt increased. So the argument is not fully supported because we're missing the hard facts that would prove the claims. Let's go through each answer choice. Option A says, it does not include economic data or statistics. This is correct. This option shows what's missing. The author gives opinions but no measurable evidence to support them. Option B says, it only includes quotes from Roosevelt. That's incorrect. The passage does not include any quotes from Roosevelt. It only summarizes what supporters and critics believed. Option C says, it focuses too much on international policies. This option is incorrect. The passage says nothing about international policies or other countries. It focuses only on domestic issues in the United States during the Great Depression. Option D says, it only explains criticism from the Republican Party. That's incorrect. The author includes both supporters and critics, and never mentions political parties like Republicans or Democrats. So the correct answer is A. It does not include economic data or statistics. The chart below shows the percentage share of different energy sources in U.S. energy production for 2024. These values represent the proportion each source contributes to the nation's total energy supply for the year. Based on the pie chart, which energy source makes up less than 1/4 of U.S. energy production but more than 1/5? This question checks your ability to use data presented in visual form, a key skill for passing the GED Social Studies test. Here, you'll be given a chart, graph, or table and asked to study the information, look for patterns, compare numbers, or perform basic calculations to find the correct answer. First, let's understand exactly what the question is asking. The question says, based on the pie chart, which energy source makes up less than 1/4 of U.S. energy production, but more than 1/5? Let's break that down step by step. The chart shows how much each energy source contributed to U.S. energy production in 2024. Each slice represents part of the whole year's energy total, with the entire pie equaling 100%. 1/4 means 1/4 of something. In this case, 1/4 of 100%. We calculate 1/4 of 100% to get 25%. 1/5 means 1/5 of something. In this case, 1/5 of 100%. We calculate 1/5 of 100% to get 20%. So less than 1/4 means less than 25%, and more than 1/5 means more than 20%. That gives us two conditions. 1. The number has to be greater than 20%, and 2. It has to be less than 25%. Now, let's check the 2024 pie chart values to find the energy source that meets both conditions. Natural gas, 38%, it's way too high. It's above our 25% limit. Coal, 21%, it fits both conditions, more than 20% and less than 25%. Renewable energy, 20%, it's exactly 1/5. So it doesn't meet the greater than 20% condition. Nuclear, 19%, it's less than 1/5, so it fails the first condition. Other, 2%, it's far below our range. We can conclude that the only energy source meeting both conditions is coal, 21%. So when we look through our answer options, the correct answer is therefore option C, coal. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more. Check out our other GED videos on YouTube. Don't forget to visit ultimateged.com for more exclusive content, a GED social group, complete GED math course, and take a free test.